Howdy everybody, it's Amy here from Amy's Sparkly Diamond Painting. How are you doing today? Yesterday was a big diamond painting day for me, enough that my hand actually hurt by the end of the evening. I probably overdid it a little bit, but I got a lot done on a couple projects because I'm heading toward what will hopefully be an end of the month update video. So I've been trying to do enough updating to have something to show you. But today is going to be a cross stitch day because I got another product review package in from Painting Fairy. So this is one that I picked out. They gave me a small budget and then I picked out a couple items and then I did pay for the shipping and tariffs myself. So there is some personal investment in this. But what I did this time is I tried to pick several small cross stitches. So I know that some of my Painting Fairies are huge and a lot of people don't want to work on projects that large. So I tried to pick out some smaller projects to show that Painting Fairy is really good for those as well. So I believe I have 4. Now sometimes they throw other things in there. I haven't opened this yet. It just came in yesterday or day before yesterday, a couple days. So I don't know what's in here and it's always fun to open these. So we're gonna see what we have in here to show you, but I know that 2 of these I think I picked out were like $1 and then a couple more medium price ranged kits running $10 to $15 range. So you can definitely find the budget friendly and smaller kits on Painting Fairy as well. So we're gonna open it up and see what we got, and I will post the affiliate link and any product links below. I do have at least 2 more packages coming in from Painting Fairy because what they do for us that do the videos for them is they offer us deals a lot. They'll give us like 48-hour deals for kits like 50% off and stuff like that. So I don't go for all the deals because there'd just be too many, but a couple of them do catch my eye. So I do have a couple orders still on their way to me, but here we go. Love the boxes. They are very good for storing cross stitches that I'm working on. And this morning what I did today was spend a lot of time organizing my cross stitch projects. I have diamond painting pretty organized, but for the cross stitch stuff it was getting kind of crazy. So I have a littler basket down here of what I plan on working on for August. I'm trying to do like a subset of a rotation for each month. So I picked out some projects I want to work on in August, and then I have a couple totes upstairs with my counted versus stamped that are works in progress, and then the totes of haven't started yet. So hopefully everything is all organized and put safely away. But let's see what's in this box. And I've had a few people ask me about storage, and I do under bed storage for a lot of things because my hubby rebuilt a bed himself, made the frame himself, and made it a little bit taller so we can fit full-size totes under our bed. But before that, I would use under bed storage, and that's just a really good place if you're running out of room. Look under your bed as a potential storage. You can buy the containers that'll fit either the squishy ones with clear plastic over them so you can see what's in them. You can get those at Walmart or Temu, AliExpress, all those places, Amazon, or you can go for the hard plastic ones. So let's see what we got here. All right, you see the first one right there. So they've been sending these tool kits lately, which are really nice. Instead of putting tools in every single package, they will send you a tool kit, and I love these. I use these a lot for parking, for any high confetti. Ones are a little bit bent up, but that's okay. They still close just fine. So what you do is wind threads around that. Some people use them as bobbins for their different skeins of floss. You can wind them around that and then you fold it over to secure them. And if you use them for storage, you can put the DMC number on there. I use them for parking. They work both ways. So then we have my favorite needles. All right, more of my favorite needles. I love these things because they're longer and they're sharp. So I got more of those. And I already have so many tools, so they send a couple finger protectors here, and these are the bigger size. I have no trouble fitting them on my fingers to protect them from pushing the needle in and out. And another pair of scissors. These look like more standard scissors, but they are really sharp and they have the curved end, so they are perfect for cutting those threads really close to the canvas. So that is our toolkit. Oh, and another finger thing here. So there were 3. So lots of goodies, and those come separate from what's in each kit. So that way you just get one toolkit for a whole set of kits. So let's see what we got here. Oh, some more needles. That happens a lot, so I keep a diamond painting tray since I'm at my diamond painting table to collect any needles we run into. But we have the brochure. They do have the full 482 colors. I did the video recently on the floss. I've started working on that project. So far it works great for coverage for the 28 count, which is really 14 count because I'm working over 2. But they do their own floss, 30 cents a skein before any discounts, but we all have discount codes and all that. And it is good Egyptian cotton. It is not the fuzzy stuff. So there's all the details. And check out my video on floss if you're interested in that. So we got 1, 2. I forgot how many I ordered here. I thought it was 4, but this feels a little bit fuller. 3, 4. I wonder if this is a couple orders because there's a bigger one in here. Hey, I'll have to check that out because I don't remember ordering that. It's always fun with these because you get all sorts of surprises in them. So I will put the details of all these below once I double check which ones I actually ordered. So we got more of these. These come in packs of 100, and these are different pictures than the first one. Beautiful, beautiful. So these are floss bobbins. Look at all those. Looks kind of like an Alice in Wonderland theme here. So I see the Cheshire Cat and a lot of Alice pictures here. Aren't they beautiful? So you can order these along with their floss on their website, and these are really nice floss bobbins. I should probably get the glare away because I will go ahead and store these with the other ones, so I will open them anyway. I'm just trying to find where they open. There it is. I see it there on the side. So I will store these with my other ones, so they store a little bit easier once you punch them out. But let me take a sheet so you can look at them here. They do come out really easily here, but beautiful, beautiful. And these are floss bobbins that you wind your skeins of floss around, and then you can write the DMC number on the back so they don't mess with the picture there. So love these. I was actually kind of hoping there would be more in there. So these are 100. So if you get 4 orders for Painting Fairy, you'd have enough for, well, no, these days it's like 485 for the DMC colors. And then we have another one of these, 40 by 50 size. Love the hand-dyed fabric. I'm gonna have to come up with more projects because I think this is my 3rd piece now of the hand-dyed. This one doesn't say what count, but it does look kind of like 16 count. It's a little bit smaller count there, which means I can fit a pretty good project on a 40 by 50. And it is serged all the way around. So really, really nice. Love the fabric. This may be the product review part or the freebie part, but I recognized one in there that I thought I ordered. So, oh, look at that. Talk about small ones. This says the Irresistible Temptation. So we got sausages, it looks like, and the mouse is trying to share with the kitty cat. That's pretty funny. That's cute. Reminds me of Garfield and his need to eat lasagna. So we'll take a look at this. These are good for stitch with me type things, but these smaller ones usually run 99 cents to a few dollars. So if you just want to try one out, this is the way to go. And I know a couple people have talked about the light printing on these. It's a bit too light for them. I use a bright light when I stitch with them because they are somewhat lighter printing, but Painting Fairy did respond to that comment and said that they are actually working on some darkening of some of theirs. So I don't know the details yet, but if you think it's too light for your eyes, stay tuned, because they are working on it. Now, I have had no problem, but a couple spots, like my Pokemon one, has well over 200 colors. That means there's a lot of symbols in it. So every once in a while I've run into an issue where I've taken a picture with my phone and then zoomed in with my phone, and I could see so much better for a couple of the symbols. But most of them are like this, where they don't have that many colors. And this one, it's small. It doesn't even have the legend here. This one has a little bit smaller border on this side, but pretty big borders all the way around is their typical. So some of these freebies may be related to them having slight issues. I'm not sure, but this one looks great. I mean, I can work around borders. I do borders much smaller than that, but that is kind of small for their typical, but it was free. So 16 count here, and it is 60 by 40, and I'm guessing we have some partial stitches or some half stitches on that. So here's our colors. They do them by DMC number, and they always have their little ribbon. The smaller ones have a paper rather than the plastic. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've got 10 colors with this one. And let's see if their chart. I usually try to explain the chart because that may be a bit odd for newbies if you're new to Painting Fairy. So they show the different stitch types and colors like this. So first they show the color here, then they show full cross symbols. If there are any half cross, as I figured the bottom would be, they show in this column here. So all those little dots here around the bottom of the kitty cat, those are going to be half cross with color 742. And then quarter stitches for detail. Let's see if we can see a couple of those, because I keep promising I'm going to do a tutorial on quarter stitches. Let's see if I can see them. Ah, there's one. So instead of having a little vertical, then horizontal, then vertical on the back stitch, they're going for a diagonal here. So I don't know if you can see that there is a small symbol there that indicates that there is a quarter stitch here, where you would take the needle up through the hole and then poke it down through the middle of the square, so that when you draw the back stitch line through there, it won't have any color on the other side. So it's a way to really round out a cross stitch. So on this one, it actually shows full stitches there, but on the pattern it shows quarter stitches, so you don't have that orange bleeding to the other side of the back stitch. And here you can see the ears have a little bit of overhang there, whereas on here don't really see that. So anyway, you can ignore the quarter stitches if you don't like to do that. You don't have to do them, but it is an option for you. So it does show the symbols here of where the quarter stitches are. They're just going to be a little tiny symbol showing you which quarter to put the thread upward through the hole, and then you go down through the middle of the square. And then that back stitch will go across there. So we have the French knots here. We do have one type of French knot here that is color 310 with one strand. And then here's the back stitching colors, and it shows you the number of strands. So the black is one strand. Here's 310 with two strands. That'll be same color, but with two strands. That's a little bit separate here. And then one strand of 5200. So we can look more closely at this and see that some of these highlights may be with one strand of black, like around the eyes here, and some of these little bits around the arm. But then the two strands are where it shows up darker. So really, really cute. So we'll put that there. Boy, so many, because I thought I ordered 4. So, and it's been a few weeks, so I'm not sure what is product review and what is not. So we'll just jump into each one of these. Here we've got, isn't that cute? Kitty with a fish. Yes, I may have ordered 5. Maybe I did get that many. because when you get little ones, a few dollars goes a long way on their site. So let's take a look at the kitty. It's a little bit bigger, and this one is 14 count. See, there's the big borders all the way around, and the small ones, again, do not print the legend on there because really it's such a small amount of colors. You can just look at the pattern, because you have to look at the pattern anyway for back stitches and all that. But that looks very clear. I think that one actually looks pretty dark there. They like the diagonal lines a lot, so all of them will have those diagonal lines, and that means that you cover up the ink as you're stitching so it doesn't show through your stitches. You wash it off anyway, but sometimes colors can look weird, like if there's white stitched over this red, you'll sometimes see that red through the white, and it will almost give it a pink look until you wash it. So they do use a lot of those diagonal lines because your stitches will cover them up. But really, really clear printing on this one. He's pretty cute. I might have to work on him this evening. Love the fish. So this one has a few more colors here. Looks like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 20 different colors, and we have it tied with the ribbon, and again the DMC numbers on there, and the same sort of coding here on the pattern. This one uses the newer DMC colors, so we have some double-digit DMC colors if you're not used to those. Those are newer colors that a lot of the older stamped projects don't have because they are older designs, like Joy Sunday, for example, and a lot of the Spring brand are older designs, and they don't have these two-digit numbers. So Painting Fairy does use the full suite of DMC colors on here. So this one looks like mostly cross stitch. We have no half stitches, no quarter stitches. We go straight to French knot. That's a white, and then the back stitch. And the charts on these little ones are usually quite large for the printing. Here, we'll look at some of that. So this one, like here at this diagonal, it doesn't have any quarter stitches, whereas you could still put one there, like come up in that hole and go down through the middle, and that way there would be some color there at the edge of the ear. So you can do it whether it's charted or not. It's just a way to make it look a little more detailed, whereas this one is a lot simpler there. It shows full stitches all the way through. So that's the first half. No, that's the whole chart. That's it. Okay. So that is the kitty cat. He's really cute. I'm gonna put him in here. I'll put everything back in the packaging after we're done. So that's 2. Let's see, that's a little bit bigger. Here's one of the ones I thought was so cute. And another really affordable one there. Probably just $2, $2 or $3, I don't remember. I'll put the prices and everything below. But here we have a cute owl with purple wings. So they do have lots of little ones. Let's see. And they keep adding more and more designs every day. It seems like it's hard to pick. There's so many out there. There we go. So this one is a lot like the others here. We have a nice cute small design. This one's 16 count. The last one was 14 count, but it'll say on the fabric what kind of count. But I find the 16 count is very clear, so I've started ordering more 16 counts, especially if there's a darker background or darker floss in it, because the coverage is just a little bit better with 16 count than with 14. So here we have a cute little owl. Very, very clear here on the printing, and looks really nice. Here we have 15 colors. I can tell because this is a 30 color, and there's something on every hole on this side. So DMC. Oh wait, there's one more. 16. Missed the white there. So a few different shades of purple there, and the turquoise. That one's got some pretty colors. And we do have full cross here. We do have 1 half stitch. That's probably around the edge. Let's look at a picture again here. Oh, there it is. Okay. There's a little bit of half cross here. around the edges of the owl. No quarter stitches. We do have a French knot here and 3 different colors of back stitch, and on most of these the French knot is showing up in the eye. Although that looks like a full stitch, maybe they're just really good at their French knots. Let's see. Okay, yes, there's a dot there. So that black dot will be the French knots there for the whites of the eye. And it looks like single strand there. The back stitching is a little more subtle on this one, so it looks like single strand there. So that one's pretty cute. So that's number 3 here. So basically they gave me $40 to spend, I think, on this order. So we're up to, let me put that one there. I think this was a freebie. So we're up to 3 here. And I remember ordering this one too. This is part of a series of 12. And I wanted to test one out before I bought all of the set. So here is the one. This is 16 count. It's a little bit bigger. We're kind of stepping up on size, but they have a whole series of 12 months of these little house samplers. So I thought they were really cute. I picked the Halloween one, or October for Halloween, because I need more Halloween type stitches for coming up for October. So there is the pattern. This is not a full coverage. You don't do the background. So you can see it pretty clearly here. It looks like a pretty simple stitch. And 8 colors. That's all we have to worry about for this one. Shades of greens and oranges and browns. So let's see how the pattern looks here. I guess I should show you what the picture looks like there. So again, they have a full set of 12 of these. 12 months small house in October is what that one's called. And very, very basic. We only have full cross. No back stitch, no French knots, no half stitches, nothing like that. So the pattern is printed here just on one page. That's the size. So pretty standard, but that's a cute kit. So you can imagine the way I would work with this after I'm done, because it has a pretty big border. I would mount this on the board that you buy for cross stitch mounting. It's like fuzzy on one side and sticky on the other. So you can put this on the board and then you fold it over and stick the sides. You kind of trim the corners and all that and put it around one of those boards, and then you can do all sorts of things. You can put it on a little like stand and switch them out. You can do all kinds of things where you can switch them out through the year. So that's our little house. That looks pretty cool. Here's another little one. Actually, this is a medium one. This may be more than one order, because I remember ordering this. This is the Flora and Fauna Encyclopedia. Isn't that cool? So there we have some pretty floral plant packs, seed packs. That's what I'm looking for. So this one is a little bit bigger here. And this is again a 16 count. But look at how big that fabric is. We got lots of big borders, and this one is big enough that it does have the key on the side, and it looks like we do have full stitches, quarter stitches, and back stitches. And it shows all the back stitches are one strand. But there you can see, very clear. And this is almost like 4 little kits. What I kind of wanted to do with this one, I will still stitch it as a full size, but I also wanted the patterns to make some smaller ones with my own fabric. So here we've got the tie here with the ribbon. This one has more colors, of course. It looks like 28 colors since this is a 30 color card, and there are 2 empties here. But lots of pretty floral colors there with the, that's a pretty color, kind of a dark periwinkle color there. We got some pinks and oranges, yellows, blues. Those roses have a lot of pink, a little bit of green there. So really, really nice. And the floss feels so good. And then we have the pattern, so I could make more than one of some of these, because I see these as being like good gift cards. But I wasn't sure how far apart they'd be from each other on here. There's actually pretty decent room, so I could stitch them all together here and then cut halfway between, because I see these as being good for gift cards. I would like mount them in a little frame at the front of a gift card. That's always one of the tough things to figure out, is what to do with all your finished cross stitch. So here we have the key, just like what we saw printed on there. So we do have some quarter stitches for detail, but again, if you don't mind the back stitching going across full crosses or blanks, you can just leave those off and it'll still look really good. So here's an example of part of the chart. Doesn't have a whole lot of back stitch. We've got the names of the flowers, as well as, yeah, I guess there's a lot of back stitch around the rows there. Okay, yeah, there's a fair amount actually of back stitch. Now that I look at this, I see it's just colored yellow on the chart so that you can still read the chart. Otherwise it would be kind of excessive to have all that in black. But it does have quite a bit of back stitching on these. That doesn't bother me though. So a few pages there for that chart. So that one's really cool. So yeah, I get the feeling that maybe I mixed part of my own order with this, because I think this was part of the product review. Here. And this one I thought was really cute. This was it doesn't have the name, but it looks like a country house with a chicken and some flowers in a round here. And this one says 16 count. Let me open this. So I do remember picking this one out as well. So here's this one. I've been liking a lot of the round ones lately because you don't have quite as much stitching. They're still kind of small, but they are still pretty neat pictures that give enough detail there. So this is 16 count. It is 100 by 117 high because our chicken here sticks a little bit in the front. So this one does not have the legend on it, but we have it on the paper. We've got the paper card here. All of these, because they were a little bit more budget friendly, have the paper card. We have our tie. This one has, again, 28 colors. And it does have color 16, one of the newer ones there. Lots and lots of greens on this one. And rainbow colors. So we got lots of little ones to add to our stash. This is nice because those big ones can feel like they're going to take forever and you're never going to get them done. You will eventually, just takes a few years in some cases. So here we have the full cross, we have half cross, no quarter stitches, and we have 4 colors of back stitch. So I did see some of the half cross when I was looking at this, especially here in the sky. That's all half cross and some of the background there. That's a pretty common technique to use the half cross to give a little bit different texture there. I see some in the bushes there. As far as back stitch goes, it looks like around the details of the house and the windows and our chicken and the leaves and flowers here. So let's see, there's a peek at the chart on that one. So how many are we up to? One, because we got one left. 1, 2. So those are 2 bigger ones. And we have our smaller ones here. We got the month, the October one, the kitty with the fish, and our little kitty there, and then our little owl. Now let's look at our last one, which is probably the biggest of the bunch, and it's in its own bag here. Oh, wow. Look at those colors on that one. I thought a kitty cat would be pretty popular with this group here. Look at the rainbow colors on that cute little kitty cat. So this one, it doesn't show the name here. There's the code C2500, but I'll put the links below for all of these. And this one is a little bit bigger, which means we have a little bit longer color list. It is mostly full cross though. The bigger you get, the fewer quarter stitches you get, because they're big enough to show the details with full stitches. And also you usually get less back stitch when you go bigger. So we've got all full stitch here except for 4 colors of back stitch, and they show you the number of strands here, all the back stitches with 1 strand here. So lots of colors. It shows 74 different, although 73 here and 74 are the same color there. It's just one is backstitch and one is regular cross. And that may be the same here. 963 is the same. 310. Yeah, so if you subtract 4, that would be 70 different DMC colors on this one. Take a peek at the chart here. Here we go. So not a ton of backstitch, just whiskers and the places where you want details of the fur, but a lot of the background areas on this doesn't have backstitch. So lots of pages on this one because this one is bigger and lots more floss, but because this one is still not a giant one, it is still using the paper or cardboard floss. We'll take a look at this first here, and this should be an easy stitch as well because I'm not seeing a lot of confetti, and that's another reason why I picked this. So if you want to go medium sized and you want to go upside down, there we go. I thought the eyes looked kind of funny. So if you want to go medium sized, you can do that and still get affordable deals. So this one is a 14 count. It is 220 by 220 for the stitch count, but look at the areas of stitching here. It's actually pretty easy and straightforward. It's not confetti heavy like my roses that I'm working on. So even the eyes there have pretty solid areas of each color. So there's a couple little spots here where you have fewer than maybe 10 stitches, but let's look at the picture again here. So you can see all the rainbow colors there. So we're going to have, it looks like all full cross, which we looked at. I should know that, but sometimes the background would be half cross. But this one is all full cross here for all the different background. Looks like the kitty's coming out of a box here. That's what that little triangular shape was in the pattern. So really cute. Look at the little plus in the eyes, really big eyes. And then all the white backstitch for the whiskers and the bow. So a lot of the detail will be done with backstitch on this, so it's not a lot of confetti. So even if you did like this color here, the purple squares, you could get 1 strand and do these few here, then move over there, and come down, and you'd probably be done with that strand and have all of those finished. So this would be a good one for what I call, or what a lot of people call, cross country, or maybe color completion, where you go through and stitch 1 color everywhere and then move on to the next color and stitch it everywhere. I think that would be a good one for this one because it looks pretty straightforward, but you want to see the colors, don't you? Yes, beautiful colors here. So again, 70 different colors on this one. That's why color completion might be kind of fun with this one. So we got our bow, we got our floss cards, because there's a couple of the purples where there's a fair amount here. I wouldn't start with 153. I'd start with maybe the smallest ones, the single strands, and move up from there. That might be a fun way to do color completion. Get the smallest colors done first and out of the way, and then work yourself up to the bigger amounts. But I should talk about the colors there. Lots and lots of those purples and light blues. Really pretty there. And then we've got some grays, and just a lot of different colors here, because you can see several of the colors. There's only one strand, so that's why I think color completion would be kind of fun on this one. And then finally more of the dark purples here, the dusty colors, and the blues, and some golds and yellows. So love it, love it, love it. Isn't he cute? This might be a good one to do a stitch with me with, because it's so easy. I don't have to do a whole lot of thinking, but I think the colors are spectacular. So that is what I have for you. I'm going to put the link below to all of these, as well as my affiliate link. You probably want to go through the affiliate link though. I might just list out the prices and everything and what the names are, because you probably want to go through my affiliate link to get the best deals and get that 5% off. I'll put my code below. But you can definitely get some really good kits at an affordable price. You don't have to go for just the big expensive ones. So I love Painting Fairy, one of the best companies out there as far as quality goes. And I do have a video I made the other day. I haven't posted it yet because I haven't edited it yet, but I go through all the different companies that are available on Dream Stitch. These are all the more premium companies. I don't include like Huacon or some of the Temu companies. I go through and include the ones that Dream Stitch sells. So I did an order from them that had a sample of one from just about every company. There's one company I still don't have from them that I need to buy from. But anyway, I kind of explain the differences between the different companies. So that's what I have for you today. Thank you, Painting Fairy. I really, really recommend that you check them out. And I think the printing on this one looks really good. Looks really easy to see. I don't see any issues there with the symbols. So awesome, awesome. Thank you, Painting Fairy, for helping us content creators out by providing discounts and really good deals on these, so we can show you and you can get some discounts and see what you think. So also enjoying the goodies here, the fabric, the floss drops, and the toolkit. Oops, I'm trying to lose a couple of those. But lots of options of easy projects here that I can't wait to get started on. I'm trying to keep them all together. So our owl, our kitty, our other kitty, seem to have a kitty theme going on here. Our October house, the plant things, and the country house. So I got a lot for the money that I put in. It's quite a few choices here to work from samplers to bigger ones to small ones. Kind of cool. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time with something else.